Hello, hello, hello. How are we? How are we? How are we? How's it going? What's going on? As always, introductions first. My name is Owen, and I am the Archsage of Arcanum Exodius, our humble little library on this corner of the internet. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And as we are talking, we're in the ASMR experimental room, the tingle room, if you will, and we're gonna do some 40k ASMR. Alright, how's everyone doing? What's going on? Who's excited? I'm always excited to do this because it's like taking one of my favorite hobbies. That reminds me. That reminds me. Oh no. We can't start it until I actually put a certain label on. Oh, because this goes hard. This goes really, really hard. Okay. Like, this goes super freaking hard. So I actually have to go to my dashboard, but we're going to do ASMR for about 2 hours. I already took my sleeping medication, and I'm going to take it after stream, but the judge needs me in really early tomorrow, so I'm going to be hitting the bed really, really early. Alright, with that said, before we can get started, because I do have it up and I have it ready. Alright. For those who are waiting on the Lord of the Rings stuff, as I talked about earlier, the Lord of the Rings stuff, will be coming probably sometime in October. Okay, the artists just need a little bit more time. I have the books. I will turn around and I'll take a picture of the books just to prove that I have them and put them in the Discord, because I don't want to disappoint anyone. Let's see, is my... Nope, okay. Let's actually... But I pretty much have everything ready. I've done my retweets, I've done all the... This, that... I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's... Wink. Nope, nope, not that one. But yes, I do want uppies. 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 Oh yes, we have to have... We have to have the hoodie on. When I accidentally uninstalled VTube Studio a couple weeks ago, it messed up my keys, and I just haven't got around to fixing them, because what I want to do, I want to take that time that I would fixing them and get my Stream Deck to work. It hasn't been, like, I have to do it the hard way. There's an easy way, alright? The easy way is that the Stream Deck and VTube Studio communicate together with each other. Okay. The hard way is this convoluted method from like 4 years old. That's like 4 years old. That still works, but there's like no reason to do it. Alright. But, yeah. Let's see. I have to go to Stream Manager. We cannot start this. We cannot start until we actually put a certain things. Okay. Oh, and if you're wondering what that sound is in the background, that's Sahara chewing on her bone. She's providing you guys with some free ASMR. Okay. Some free dog chews on bone ASMR. So you guys get some free husky ASMR tonight as background music. I did this last time. Edit stream info. There we go. I'm like, where is it on the Twitches? Alright. Violent and graphic depictions. There we go. There we go. Okay. And Alt 9? Nope, that's the wave. Alt 1 is, there it is. Ha ha ha. Because I'm reading you a bedtime story. Huh? Ha ha ha. And then, so I'm going to save my voice. I'm not going to do the voices like I did the first one. Alright. I think that'll be an off and on thing until I can steadily do them. But Wonk. And then let me shrink little baby shark here so I'm not in the way of this amazing artwork. Like, look at this artwork. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. And we're going to be reading it here really, really soon. Really, 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 really soon. There we go. And there. Oh, let me lock that in and then move over here so I'm not in the way of anything. All right. This is book 2. Oh, I forgot the music. Warning, this music might be loud at first. But it's literally, there's a genre of music called Space Marine Meditation. And I'm like, that seems appropriate. That seems appropriate. Echo, 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 echo. Echo, 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 echo. Hello, hello, welcome in. Welcome in. We're just about to start. We are just about to start. I'm getting some good background music. Oh, let me doink. I'm not hearing the music. You guys, are you guys hearing the music? Because it says that we're playing music to you guys, but I am not hearing it. So, can you guys hear the music? And is it too loud? Please let me know. If it needs to go down a smidge, that's kind of my sense right now. But you guys should not be able to hear, like, you guys should be able to hear the music. Wink. Yes. Yep, I'm wearing the right headphones here. Oh, gosh. It is so hit and miss. It is. It might as well be magic at this point. I don't know. My settings don't change, but my audio changes. And I'm tired. Like, I would kill to have an audio program that would just manage this stuff for me instead of me, like, using OBS. Alright, I know most people are just happy with using it, but I would love to have an audio program that, like, I set the settings to what they are after I tweak and fix them, and they stay that way forever and ever and ever and ever. Okay, so I'm gonna do something real quick. You guys might hear an echo, I apologize. Okay, I was listening into my own stream because my OBS, even though I'm telling it to let me, and I'm telling it, hey, play the same thing. Like, I want to hear it. Okay. I want to hear what you guys are hearing. It's not doing that, and I have no idea why. So please always give me feedback. Sound is really important, and it's a struggle. It's an absolute struggle because, like, it changes. I don't change any of my settings, but what happens changes from time to time, and I'm at the point where like I have the vocal sound down, but the background music I'm like close to giving up on. Anywho, that's neither here nor there. I'm doing really well, Echo. I had a small little nappy from last stream. Okay, and so now we're gonna have some funs. Alright, I've yapped for too long, complained for too long. It is time for your Emperor mandated bedtime story. This is the origin story of Marneus Calgar, Book 2. We read Book 1 last time, 2 days ago. This is Book 2. Okay, this is a 5-book series, so if you're watching this, this is Book 2. And let's zoom in so you guys can see this lovely artwork. You can see the servitors in the background as they rush towards a glorious death. You can see the Black Legion right here and here. Yes. Now, over on the Twitch side, I did say that this was adult content. Okay. If you're not 18 plus, you may want to go elsewhere. If you're offended by depictions of violence, you may want to go elsewhere. Alright, this is what the 40k universe is about. Nova Thurium, now. You can see them picking up all the heretics' bodies that have been rather scavenging what they can, honestly. Because even though the heretics, that equipment's still useful. Oh yes. Arg! It lives. The heretic lives. The chink, chink, chink. And here's our protagonist, Marneus Calgar, with a simple, "You are mistaken." And it had a head, and it no longer has one. You can just see the remains, I suppose, the little chunks, the chunky salsa. Heretics do not find their way to the heart of Ultramar so easily. They came from somewhere. I gotta. Weird? No, this is awesome. This is awesome ASMR. Alright. This is one of my favorite universes. I didn't know that the story was going to be this bloody when I first read it, because this is my first time reading this. I'm reading it for the first time with you guys. But you know what? That's fine. Heretics do not find their way to the heart of Ultramar so easily. They came from somewhere. We must locate its root, see what trace of the infection remains, and sear it shut. Like I said, this is for adults. Alright? And if you're offended, that's okay. You're allowed to be. It is a bit... It's over the top on purpose. Alright? I require a base of operations. And then you see him staring up. The Calgar estates are nearby. Oops. Relay to your order that you are safe. You're merely delayed by uncovering whatever technological trinkets amuse you. Make it convincing, and you may live. But what about... I felt his manner unconvincing. Do better. Echo, I would recommend it. I do appreciate your company, but I would recommend it for this stream. For when we do ASMR with 40k, a lot of the things in the 40k ASMR stuff is going to be a little Yeah. And we are going to finish this book out, so. I felt his manner unconvincing. Do better. One way or another you will serve our Lord. Is all welcoming. Whatever fluids pump in your metal heart count as blood to him. It's corn! It's corn! Blessings be to the Omnicide. Praise the canticles of eternal revolution. Our tech pilgrimages were showing results. We require more time to complete our rituals. Out. Sufficient? Okay. Oops. I mean, they were going to betray you no matter what, man. You were boned. Goes whoosh, off with the head. You could have still used him, but then I would not have killed him, and the blood god would be left wanting. I am of the opinion that the Lord prefers quantity rather than immediacy, but you're right. I could smell the fear drifting off the adept. He would not have been convincing for long. Better we find our own method, brothers of the Dark Mechanicum. To work, find a way to continue to send counterfeit messages. Brothers of War, begin the next wave. Oh, noes. Doing ASMR? What? What? I'm gonna see if he'll settle down. If he doesn't, then I'm gonna have to cancel stream. Because by the sound of it, he's about to throw an epic temper tantrum. And it won't stop for the next 10 to 15 minutes. I don't want to do that, but if I have to, we'll start from reading this over from the beginning, okay? So, because Bandito is over here letting me know that he very much disapproves of ASMR time right now. And he will sing the song of his people. Brothers of War, begin the next wave. Let the dupes of the false emperor be torn apart. Let their veins sing his praises. Your long war's end approaches. Oh. Ooh, that gives us a nice little timeline here. The creation of Space Marine Legions and the Great Crusade. The Emperor of Mankind emerges and unifies Earth, Terra. He creates 20 Marine Legions to lead the Great Crusade to reunite the galaxy. It succeeds. The Horus Heresy. Half of the Space Marine Legions rebel against the Emperor to follow the War Master Horus. The Horus Heresy rapidly consumes Imperium traitors are coaxed into worshipping the terrible warp entities known as the Chaos Gods. The heresy ends with the death of a rebel war master and the destruction of the Emperor. Mute and immobile, he is confined to the sustaining machinery of the Golden Throne on Terra. The long war begins. The majority of the surviving traitor Space Marine Legions retreat to the massive warp rift known as the Eye of Terror. They are increasingly consumed by the forces of chaos and demon worship as they begin to dub the Long War, endless raids against the Imperium. The First Black Crusade. The largest of these offenses are known as Black Crusades. Abaddon the Despoiler launches the first, does enormous damage, but is ultimately repulsed. The Long Wars continues. The 13th Black Crusade. The 13th Black Crusade results in Abaddon the Despoiler's coveted Crimson Path to Terra, and creates the Great Rift, a rent into the warp that spills the galaxy in two. The Long Wars continues. The heretics' victory inches ever closer. There's some grim humor for you. You have to admire the heretics. They got persistence. 13th Black Crusades? I'd given up on the 8th. Last words of the redacted prior to a summary execution. Yeah, because that's heresy. That's straight up heresy. Set these. Not gonna lie, I kinda like this starting at 8 o'clock, and we might end up doing it more, because even if I go for an hour and a half, it'll be 9:30, and I can be asleep by like 11. Instead of start at 9, we end at 11 and I'm asleep at 1. So this might become our new ASMR time. Lord Calgar Estates, Lord Monis, you honor the house of your name. The house's name honors me. Oh, classy. Oops. I can leave you and collect data from my adepts from their tech pilgrimages. Some have been slow to respond, but I see they are reporting. Data updating. Data updating. Stay besides. It would do you no good to see how a Marine works on defense as well as offense. It would do you good. Whoops. We can return this simple home. We can return this simple home into a fortress. It's smaller than I remember, though I was smaller then. You've not been here since you joined the Ultramarines? More so, I have not gazed upon the Calgar estate since I left from my training to prepare me for the old Astartes test. Line of possible research. Early biographical details of high-performing Marines. Is creating a Marnius a repeatable event? I apologize, that was not meant to be routed to external speakers. No, it is a reasonable question. What makes a man? Well, Quintus, I was taught by a trainer called Crixus up on the moon. On the first night, he had us running from an amble. So there's two stories going on in this comic. There's the present day story, which is with Marnius Calgar, the chapter master of the Ultramarines. And then there is... Actually, I apologize, I gotta take care of something. Then there is the story of him as a child. I just remembered something, and I gotta take care of it real quick. So we're gonna take a... Hoi pa pa pa. Hoi pa 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 pa. Hoi pa 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 pa. There we go. Alright. I was kind of getting tired of Streamlabs being a moderator over on the YouTube side. It kept freaking out. So, no. Bad Streamlabs. Bad Streamlabs. Okay. Bad Streamlabs. Alright. Just. Shame. Lucas. More so, I have not gazed upon the Calgar estates. Yep. So now he's flashing back, which is where the last storyline left off. The childhood storyline. I kind of like these as an origin comics. And somehow it's going to link together. I don't know how. Cato suggests hiding in the tunnels, but I remembered learning something about boring about burrowing through the earth to find its prey. Gave us an idea. We tried to find something else it'd eat, and ran right through a den of wolves. They went for us, but the amble went for them. We got away, mostly intact. It's your fault, Marnius. Severin, is your mind sick? If Marnius had not pulled you free, he would have taken your entire face. Of course you defended him, Tecton. You're his pet. You saw it, Kaio. Aye, I saw how slow Marnius was, leaving it just long enough to cut poor Severin to the bone. Stop complaining. No one is a warrior without a fetching scar. You're just getting yours a little early. Congratulations to you four. All surviving is rare. Perhaps this world of wheat has a harvest of warriors after all. Now your first 2 lessons. That is a heavy stubborn. You'll be on shifts up there as long as we're here. The ambo and worse are out there at night. Cave systems. They'll be coming out of the cave systems to hunt. Don't even think of going down one of those tunnels unless I tell you. And the second lesson? How to seal a wound. Which, IRL, you can in fact do that. Alright. I'm not going to tell you how. I've never done it myself. I have the theoretical knowledge, but not the practical experience. 1, it hurts like a dickens. Okay. 2, it is going to leave a scar. Alright. Absolutely. 3, it increases your chances of infection. Now, why do you do this? Okay. Why do you turn around and sear a wound shut? Because sometimes you're in a survival situation, and searing the wound shut, which is what he's saying, how to seal a wound, but he's going to sear it shut, okay? Sometimes you're in a survival situation, and searing a wound shut is, in fact, the only thing you can do to prevent it from getting worse. Sometimes it's better to risk the infection, risk the possibility of an infection, than be guaranteed one. So, but there's videos on YouTube even that will teach you how to do this. That's how I know. I've never done it myself, and I hope never to have to. But that's how I know how to. Okay. Close combat in a dozen disciplines. We're already well versed in blades. Our understanding of blades expanded to include anything with a sharp edge, and what to do when there was no edge at hand. We became connoisseurs of bludgeons. Oh, poor wolves. The honing of martial skills were our happy times. There's the hardening of the soul that hurt, pain to burn away pain, tasks to make us strong, tasks to make us stand straight together. We left overnight, one exposed to the cold, to survive, the other to guard them, knowing they'd swap places the next night. Woof. Woof. That's rough. That's not a good thing. This is a terrible way to create soldiers. This is an absolutely terrible way to create soldiers. Alright. Because all you're teaching them, it's not like tough times make hard men sort of situation. All you're teaching them is that cruelty is what holds things together. Okay. As the months went on, other would-be aspirants came, at least those who ran the amble. 1s and 2s joined our circle. 1s and 2s died. Still, the number slowly grew. And those who survived grew strong and grew together. While we were being left behind and bring up the rear, We have Master Marnius and Tactin. This was not a test of whether you know a rear guard, or where a rear guard is positioned. Now for this failure, you have to repeat the run. I'm sure the second will be easier than the first. You've had the practice after all. Get to it. This is actually based on IRL military as a disciplinary thing, but this is not something you'd want to do. This is terrible leadership. Okay? Proper leadership skills requires looking at things from a systemic issue first. Going, okay, why did they fail? And what can we do to make sure that they don't fail like that? I think the golden child is looking somewhat tarnished, Severin. Broken soon, dead, no warrior he. You will leave Marnius be, or your insults will be coming from behind broken teeth. Tactin, don't! One's strength should be spent first on the battles. You must fight rather than the battles you choose. Still quoting scriptures. But there is scripture unknown to us, oh so clever Marnius. The run was bad enough when we all ran together, but with just two? We soon attracted company. I'm slowing you down. You can match Severin and Kato without me, I'm sure of it. When the moment comes that my strength fails, leave me. Ah, Marnius. Marnius already being an Ultramarine. Look at this. My strength is my brother beside me. What Marine would leave a brother? You are a born leader, Marnius. I could fail myself. I can't fail you. We would have died if it weren't for each other. That's absolutely sweet. We found spiritual strength, but Severin's and Kato's little gang found our strength more physical. We tried our best to compete. Having rivals like that was good for us, even. The advantage of this Kato and Severin is intriguing. Is it one which we could replicate in training? No. Still, before we knew the truth, we did ask Critius. If you would share your brother's gifts, you should ask your brothers. They have done well. There's no shame in trying to learn from them. I'm not sure what kept us from joining Severin's and Kato's mob. Pride? It could be. The once bookish Kato looked like a killer, and Severin was a true beast. It was wrong. I'm calling it. These are the two Chaos Marines. These are the Chaos Marines that we saw earlier. I'm calling it right now. Alright, that's how they tie this story into the future. We just felt it. I could barely look at them and not shudder. Because, he has Core Knight vibes. We only discovered the truth the night before the Angels of Death were to begin their actual aspirant selection. We'd stayed up late, talking about what it'd be like to first see one of them. Eventually we slept. Until we didn't. Our peers were gone. Tracking them was no problem. We were trained well. They led us to the tunnels Critius had forbade us enter. They already had trespassed was all the permission we needed. Finding the traps in the tunnels was no problem. We were trained well, but still trained insufficient. Why? We're gonna take a small break. Be right back. I'm gonna figure out what he needs. just needed another bone. Sahara had stolen his and was laying on hers. She had 2 bones and I had to get one from her. That's all. It's a lot like toddlers. Trained. They were trained well. Trained well, but still trained insufficiently. Finding the trap should have been our first clue. We went deeper into the tunnels, thinking of Krish's warnings of the creatures that lurked down there. Soon the rocky walls gave way to corroded blasted metal. Was it an old base, discarded long forgotten? Some chunk of a buried ship from an ancient age? At first we had nothing but questions. Soon we realized that we had no desire for the answers. Oh gods, yeah, that's a... We've been taught how to place a knife between ribs, how to place fingers in our eyes, how to our own body behind cover. We've been taught to place our hearts in a safe fortress in our head where they cannot be touched by the horror of war. We'd not been taught any of this. Symbols of chaos. I'm gonna get a sippy. We passed through the ancient corridors, following the trail down to a deeper cavern system, and there we found the truth. Oh, we were not aware of the full curriculum. Oh, wow. That's a revelation. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not any of the chaos numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be Zinch. I'm pretty sure Zinch is 9. Okay. Each of the chaos gods have numbers associated with them, so that's why I'm checking to see if they put that little detail in here, trying to figure out which god. But I'm guessing with all the blood, it's more than likely Khorne. Abomination. At last. Why? Oh my goodness. Okay. I thought you'd never come. Let us begin. Oh no. Suffice to say, our trainer Crucius was showing his true natures. The Marines rejected me. I was the finest warrior in my year. I passed every test of war. They rejected me. They thought me too pure a killer. Jealous cowards. I am glad. If the Marines took me, I would have found the great truth of Lord Khorne. Khorne is the blood god. You often hear blood for the blood god. That's Khorne. He's the god of blood and skulls, and of warfare, and of honor, but not this sort of honor, not like noble combat or anything like that, but of just straightforward battle. No tricks, no sorcery. Most people say if you had to pick a patron, you pick Khorne, because Khorne is very straightforward. He will turn you into a mindless berserker until you die. However, it's that mindless berserker part. And your knowledge is magic. Nope, that's why the Archsage is a Zinch worshipper. I mean, a Holy Emperor worshipper. For decades I trained warriors for the false emperor, but then the visions came. told me the truth. Now I prepare blades for the true god of warriors. You were touched by madness. Why these games? If you still had sense, you'd have slit our throats on any given night. If I'd killed you, I would have no final test for my fine and bloody lads. Could they lure the fatted calves to the altar and so earn their full reward? Perhaps if you beg, I'll make it quick, Marnius. Marines do not beg. Marine? Who would be a Marine? I would be a child of God when you could be a child of blood. Marines do not mock. Also, this music is like matching this perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Crunch. Oh. Yeah. Which, this is something you can in fact do, IRL. Alright, your head, your skull, is the hardest bone in your body. Okay? And so, that's why, like, if you have enough leverage, okay, because you need leverage, you can swing your, it's gonna hurt, because you're hitting into their head, but you will break their nose, because the nose is very easily broken, and Marines do not put their noses where they can be smashed. What is his rejection by Astartes that left was it his rejection by Astartes that left Cretius this way? Or was it the flaw why he was rejected? It is pointless sophistry to ponder questions where the answers matter not. Cretius was a monster. That's all that matters. Oh no. Marnius. Tack turns down. Tack turns down. Wow. That's like his, I don't have a good word for it, because it's not his brother, but it might as well be. Alright. Tacturn was a servant to Marnius that Marnius paid to get the training for, and said, no, I want to take him with me. Very unusual. And now Marnius is jumping. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Don't do that. Don't ever. Okay, so surface tension of the water. Alright, this is actually, and I apologize if I'm getting like too nerdy and I feel like I just want my 40k bedtime story. Alright, Mythbusters covered this, but in short, when you hit the water, especially at terminal velocity, it's worse than hitting concrete. Because the way that surface tension works, it is impossible for you to break surface tension in time, or in a way. It is impossible to break surface tension before you land. That's what Mythbusters was testing. So it's going to feel like hitting concrete. Alright, but then you're drowning. So not only do you have a broken body, but now you're drowning. And can't, yeah. All that chunky salsa leaking out. Hold still. We'll close the wound and get to safety. Oh, that was Marnius. No, Tacton. It is over. I am over. Marnius Calgar will never be a space marine. Marnius was right. The idea was unbearable. Oh, wow. I would be a Marine. Tacton would be Marnius Calgar. That was a twist I was not expecting. That was, I mean, I was right, but that was a twist I was not expecting. He gave his life for me so many times. My life would honor his. My name would honor his. Tacton was dead. Marnius would live. And let me tell you this, there is but a single good thing about your best friend dying in your arms. An opportunity to deliver vengeance. my lord. More attacks, multiple ones hitting all over the continent. And know this, little Quintus. The opportunities for vengeance never end. That was unexpected. That's pretty cool. I like that as an origin. And that is the end of book 2. Alright. So I wasn't doing the voices, so we got through this a little faster. But I think a book a night is pretty good. And like I said, the judge needs me in early tomorrow. So, although it's a little shorter, okay, it's a little sweeter. Alright. So let's go find someone to raid. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll before we do that, let's actually, I need to take a picture. I need to just take a little bit of a picture here. Let's do that again. There we go. Alright, everyone. We're gonna find someone to raid. I know the stream was short, but that's okay. Alright. I know the stream is short, but that's okay. Let's see. Because I do have to. Probably the only one doing 40k ASMR, so I am looking for some place to go. Okay, I'm looking for some place to go. I'm searching diligently. All right. Let's go. Let's see. I don't know if Yomi is going much longer. She is doing ASMR tonight, but she's been going for 3 hours. So I don't know if she'll be going much longer. She is a good friend, though. I'm debating. You know, I don't get to raid her that often, so we'll go say hi. We'll go say hi. Whoops. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much for spending your time. I'm gonna get to bed because I gotta get up early tomorrow. Alright. So, I wish you all a good night. Treat Yomi well.